Hey gamers, Coach Twig here. I just finished up making the last coaching video, Trouble in Teammate Town, and I realized that that player had posted another replay. And I wanted to look at it to see if they were making the same mistakes of the video or the replay that I had just reviewed. So I looked at it, and there were quite a few things that they were doing yet again, that I'd like to quickly go through, and show this in another example with having another teammate, right? Or, well, a different, less toxic teammate, right? There's a lot of the same choices, but they are a little bit different. I'll start off with a nice little double fake play. Right, and so we hit it here. This might not have been the best ball to hit, but it's okay. You might have heard, this opponent that was right over your shoulder. Certainly this opponent was here, right? And your teammate probably was going to get beaten out by this guy. So, I mean, it's fine. So it comes out here. Fortunately, no one's for that, that's okay, right? But we start getting into problems here, right? You're coming right up and gonna slam this one right in your teammate's back, but he lands here right next to it, right? And it doesn't look like he's turning off or away from this. So I would be, especially with the very low boost that you have, would not be rocketing up just to slam this in, right? And the other thing is, this is an open net. So you actually really want to take your time with this ball, right? So if I'm with a teammate and we're on voice comms and I'm this guy currently that's kind of to the side of the ball, has the breakaway, if I don't have any boost, I'd be calling out, hey, I don't have any boost, help me, right? And then at that point, that is the green light for my teammate here to come up and take possession of the ball, even if I am still like nearby, right? But your teammate there could have, certainly dribbled it and moved it down the field like they did. Unfortunately, the opponent comes in and cuts them off, but that puts the ball here in this prime location. Because of that past choice of going for the ball with very little boost, now you have your teammate that's mid, you're here, you have very little boost, and now you have an opponent that is on your left side there. So this is turned in from a great situation, from a great breakaway potentially, to now a very dangerous situation. All right, so I don't really like this one either right here, right? You got both of the opponents sitting here, right? Both the opponents are here. The ball's up. You're at 0 boost. If either of these guys have even just 24 boost, they manage to grab 2 pennies or not, burn all of their boost, they're going to be able to get up to this ball and beat you out 9 times out of 10, right? So just sitting here waiting for the ball is not really that great of an idea. You should be turning back around, rotating out, right? And that you have your teammate that is over your left shoulder, right? That they could then come in and help this situation out. But with you sitting here, if I was that teammate back there, I'm not going to move up and double commit for that. So with that, they were actually sitting wide. And now that's really bad because they popped it over you and they should be scoring this, but they don't, because they were both chasing after it and it hits off the post and is sitting right here. And for them, if they had spaced out a little bit and given each other some space, they would have scored this right here. So nice job just clearing it right there. Unfortunately, misrolled into that one. You rolled right when you should have maybe rolled left. That's okay. On this ball right here, you're gonna wanna relax a little bit, right? The opponent's You see the opponent in the corner, right? And he actually goes flying past the ball, right? He goes flying. There's no way he's getting that ball anymore. Looking over to your left, you don't see any opponent over here that's going to be running in and contesting this ball. That means you have a lot of time. So what's really important is watching out for your teammate here, right? He might be coming, back around to defend, or he might be turning around to go for the ball. It doesn't really matter. You just want to watch out for him as you're coming in here, right? So you kind of punt him out there and then do this sort of light touch on the ball, tapping it up into the air. The thing is, that opponent was sitting back here, and now they have read your play and are going to attack the ball, put it off into the corner, and then have it go to the goal. The issue now, the real issue with you bumping your teammate is that he's here along with you. So you will both need to be scrambling back to try to save it. So this is now a very dangerous situation. However, the opponent misses it, so you're able to clear it there a little bit. Great idea, tapping it off of the opponent. And now we get into another situation where we see, you tap it off of him and you're starting to turn around and you see your teammate front flipping towards that ball. It doesn't matter whether it should have been your ball or it should have been his ball. Doesn't matter. He's now going for it. This is where you need to give him some space, right? He has this pretty decent angle on this, right, where he could put it up onto the backboard or maybe put it lower and try to sneak it in, and then you're going to want to get this rebound as it comes off. But having you both go up for the ball here, you're not able to actually put up a serious scoring opportunity for yourselves, right? What you want to do right here is actually just slow down and go mid, and you want to be in this nice mid area right here, right, for this pass that your teammate's probably trying to put up, right? So now just jumping in, it's past your teammate, past you, you're a low boost, he might be a low boost as well, and now you have this opponent that has been set up and ready for this that could be clearing it out here. Fortunately for you guys, both of them whiff. Your teammate's able to slow it down and you can put it in above him. So, it's fortunate that you got that goal, but, it's mainly because both of the opponents will miss. Right? A little weird bounce. He puts it over you, right? Good job going up and getting above him. Now we have in that corner there, you didn't actually get the corner boost and you're still very, very low boost. At this point, we saw that your teammate went behind you and had gotten that corner boost. Them having 100 boost, we would expect them to go up and put pressure on this ball as we rotate back around, find boost, and then support him, right? So you jump up here with 0 boost, not able to really do anything. Maybe you thought you would grab the 100 boost, which sometimes happens, but you miss it. He's able to get it there. The opponent had just gotten the side boost. Your teammate had just gotten the corner boost. And now you're able to come in and participate in this play. Good job there. I saw that you were eyeing the ball, but you let your teammate get it. So very good. See, this is another one where you just want your teammate to have the ball, right? This slow rolling up the side here, right? You have your teammate back in goal, and also very important, you don't have any boost, right? So there's not really a whole lot you're going to be able to do with this ball to save it, right? So instead of wasting your time backflipping and stuff, you'd want to just entrust your teammate with saving the ball, and not relaxing and turning back around, getting boost and setting up with your teammate in the proper rotation. Kind of get panicked and flustered. He missed the ball on the save as well, but that is a little difficult if he was watching you and not knowing exactly what you were doing. So, but that's fine. You just got to shake those off. All right, this is another point with the boost conservation, right? You did the kickoff, you come here into this corner, right? You have 100 boost right now, right? As your teammate taps the ball off into the side here, there's not a whole lot of threat currently that is being presented by these two opponents. There's not a shot that's going to be coming in immediately from the corner. So what's the most important thing for you to do is to conserve boost to wait for these defensive plays, where you need to then use the boost. What happens though is you burn your boost all the way down to 38, and now you're sitting in goal. You could have been in goal with 100 boost had you just relaxed a little bit and front flipped instead. Front flipping back to goal is just the slightest bit slower, just 5% slower than front flipping, right? And when you front flip, you still have all of your boost, which is very important for defense, right? So that's great. Now your teammate smacks the ball out here, right? And then you burn the rest of your boost for whatever reason. I don't know. But it's not like you're going to reach this ball. Your teammate was certainly going to save this right here. And now you don't have any boost. And then the boost gets stolen from you by the opponent. So now you're sitting in here in midfield, and this would be a great ball to go down into the corner and go put pressure on, but you really can't because you don't have boost. So you need to wave off to the corner. Fortunately, your teammate there follows it as well, demos an opponent, pops it out, and then the last opponent is in a pretty bad spot. So with grabbing this boost and seeing your teammate here and the ball here, having just demoed another opponent, you want to allow your teammate to maintain possession of this, right? And this is where you grab the boost and you come along to mid here, right? You want to sit in this nice little mid area that I talked about in the previous video, right? Your teammate expecting you to, be in this mid area here, or rather, here, crosses at mid, but you're not there. So you unfortunately punt him, give him a little bit of a lub tap there, and don't set up for his pass. Yet again, the two opponents both fly and miss the ball, and then you put it in. So that's yet another goal awarded to you by the opponents missing. But, good job turning in and getting that good hit in on it. So here we have you sitting underneath the ball, right? I don't like this really. You really shouldn't be sitting here after hitting the ball. Not only is this a pretty dangerous situation for your teammate that's behind you, but that there's an opponent sitting in their goal with a whole lot more than 5 boosts, right? So that person could come up and contest this and beat you out. And then you also know that you have a teammate behind you with, yet again, more than 5 boost, and they could be hopping up for this to get the ball, right? But your teammate back here, they definitely don't, they're going to be hesitant to go for this ball, even if it's a good ball to go for, if you're sitting underneath it. So what you want to do is you want to quickly turn back around, get pennies or get your back corner boost to fill up yet again on boost and be ready to go on defense behind your teammate that has a much better opportunity and can see the entire play for this ball, right? Because this thing's just going to float, 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 and then surprise, surprise, we have the opponent come in and hit it. Fortunately, your teammate sat back and hit the ball away. Since you took so much time in the middle, this other opponent that had gone for the ball is able to actually just carry their momentum and steal this side boost from you. And now you're, on the wall. That corner boost was the one that your teammate took. So it is now respawned. Fortunate for you on that, the opponent came up really close. And then this is actually a great example of a ball over your head, which I'm kind of okay with you being at 0 boost underneath. You had moved up. That the opponent was, the opponents are scrambling back. This is where this is kind of okay to sit underneath the ball and just put, be a presence and put pressure on this ball, right? Because if they don't go up and contest you, you might get a free goal or be able to do something a little tricky and get it around them with 0 boost, right? So that's okay. Not always the best idea to just sit under the ball with 0 boost, but that in that situation, it's fine. Juxtaposed to the kickoff where you definitely shouldn't be sitting underneath that ball. Right. And here we just have you in a series of just chasing after the ball, right? So ball bounces over and we see our teammate here, right? There's an opponent here, teammate here, and you're on the side, which isn't really a great angle for defending against this, right? What you want to do is just let your teammate go for the ball because it looks like he's going for the ball, and then you rotate back around behind him in case he's not able to clear it and, either this guy gets a little bit of it and has it come back over, right? You want to be back behind him so then you can rotate, in after him. So having done this, and we see this opponent here that clearly has the ball, he taps it and then you just fling yourself at him, and now you're in a really bad spot. You should be, that front flip is a very high commitment move that put you in a bit of a bind here as you're now on the wall with only 12 boosts. Yet again, you were on the wall, not really close to the ball, and then burning the boost. Just don't burn boost randomly, right? So all of those little decisions then meet up with the opponent grabbing the boost in front of you. Your teammate had come in and around to contest this ball because they got it past you, again, as you did your high commitment flip and were on the wall. And now they're able to pop it out here to the middle, and then they're both sitting here. So this is, they're coming back. They're not in the greatest position right now to score, but it's still not great as your teammate is still recovering and you're at 0 boost. So fortunately, they don't really get a great touch on it. You barely beat out the other guy, which is great. And then unfortunately, you miss the open net with a very kind of similar shot that you had in the previous replay. So with this, again, real quickly, you want the 3 points lined up of the goal, your car, and the ball, right? So you want this ball to be in between those 3, line those 3 up. So here, as you turn into it, you can see that the ball is going to go this direction. So a little bit early on that ball. You can slow it down after you had beaten out that other guy. Take a breather on those. So very nice. They both miss it. Your teammate faked. You're able to come in, finish it up. Another great cleanup goal for you. You're going to want to be careful of this, crossing it to the middle for the opponent. With this ball right here, what's great with this is you don't really need to touch it right now. You can just have this floating and actually just turn around and drive back down the wall with it. You don't need to hit it. It's not like it's crossing in front of the goal. Fortunately, the opponents were both set up on that left side. So fortunately, no scoring opportunity for them. So just be careful on those. Now, what I think is really funny here is that your teammate actually has a great example here. You had just gone for this ball, right? You just landed on the wall. You're coming back around, right? You burn a little bit of boost to beat out this other guy. Good, right? And you can see your teammate is right here next to you. Instead of doing what you've been doing a lot of the time, which is just driving right in for the ball as, you're clearly going to go for it, he actually goes out and is ready to receive a pass. So you see him wave off there, right? He waves off, you stuck with it there. Great. The opponent's messed up in the corner yet again. Excellent pickup goal. Excellent. So this is a great example of letting your teammate go for the ball, right? You see this opponent here. He's a mile away. The other opponent had just passed you, right? You had just beaten him out. You hit this ball out. You see that your teammate's coming in for it. Great. You're going to, leave that ball for your teammate. I think that's the most blatant example of your teammate has a much better shot, just let them have it. But, it's good that you did that. Right. Nice little shot attempt there. And this is a pretty dangerous one here. You gotta be careful on this. When you see your opponent here, what you want to do instead of turning into them, you actually want to turn out and start paralleling them as they're going down the side. That's called shadow defense, roughly. And it's good that you didn't do a full-on front flip and fully commit to it, as I've seen a lot of people do. So that's good. Good little demo there. And then we have, I think, the last thing of note here for the game is the ball bounces out from the corner. Great. It's bouncing around. The opponent isn't turning back for it, and you have your teammate right next to the ball. You definitely should not be going and driving right behind him. Let him work the ball. Let him do his play. Not really a great idea for that. And because of all of that, you had burned all of your boosts, were way out of position. You drove all the way back to your side and then drove all the way back up with 0 boost. So don't do that. Try to always be grabbing pennies and or side boosts when you can. And when you let your teammate work the ball and you actually allow yourself to have a breather from the play, and let them work it, you'll be able to find more boost and be able to be in more positions to actually score the ball, right? For this one, you would have gotten this one in at the very end. It was a little bit of a weird, everyone's bouncing it and missing it right in front of the open net. So those can be a little bit challenging in and of themselves, but you'd be a lot more confident if you were positioned well with adequate boost. So that's the real takeaway is, let your teammate work the ball so then you can go around and make sure that you're topped off on boost and come in when the ball is passed or there's a new opportunity that presents itself that your teammate can't get, right? And you'll find this great little rhythm of handing it off and working with your teammate, rotating in and out. And that's where I think where Rocket League can get really fun. So again, you got some pretty decent mechanics, and hopefully with relaxing and working with your teammate a bit more, you'll get back to plat and even hopefully up to diamond pretty soon.